Well, welcome. Today we have an Ask an Expert series. We have Mr. Connor Cushman with us, who is an expert in vacation rentals. He's also a realtor. Welcome, Connor. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Now, I know you're an expert in the Southeast. You've done business across the Southeast, but you are located here in Georgia. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
All right. We have a lot of clients who are interested in the real estate business. Many of them have a second property, or they're thinking about getting into the vacation rental industry. So thanks for taking time to talk to us. If a client's interested in getting into the vacation rental business, what, in your opinion, is the thing that they should do to get started?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is pretty intuitive. It's starting with, where do you like to go vacation, and where have you vacationed maybe with your family for a long time. So for a lot of us in the North Metro Atlanta area, it's probably driving up to the North Georgia mountains and Blue Ridge and other places, or maybe down to the Florida Panhandle. Those are the two markets specifically that I service as a real estate agent, and that's where I have a couple of my rentals as well. So I think it's starting with a place that you like, where probably other people like to travel on vacation, and then connecting with a real estate professional who is also an investor in the area, someone that owns property, and someone that can understand how to help you invest successfully and connect you to the vendors and the team members that you need to manage your property.
Okay. So what do you see as the biggest obstacle for someone who's then trying to get started in vacation rentals?
Yeah, I think it's the mental hurdle of the time and the money commitment. And I think people don't often realize the financing options they might have. So a common loan I see people use is a 10% down second home loan. And as long as they meet certain criteria, generally have success financing with less than a traditional rental property at 20 to 25%, and are also able to rent it out and enjoy the home. And then on the time side of things, sometimes I see people get overwhelmed by the commitment of setting up a property and managing a property, but there are solutions for that too. There are people that can help you totally set up the property, manage it, so you never really have to think about it. And or you can find properties that are turnkey and for busy people that don't want to be suddenly a property manager in the day-to-day.
All right. Is there anything else that you do to solve those particular problems you just identified?
Yeah, as a realtor for my clients, 75% of my business is made up of investors, and I would say at least half of those live all over the United States. And so they're buying, and I'm connecting them. As soon as they go under contract, I'm sending them a list of all the vendors that they need, and they know that it's a quality list because I'm in the trenches with them as an investor and owner in the market.
Mhm.
And then I'm also regularly getting on calls with clients, giving them feedback on their business and their listing, and helping them optimize so that they can drive more revenue, and helping them really handhold them from closing to set up and manage their property if they choose to manage themselves, or connect them to property management companies. And that's also a service that I offer, as well as management for my clients if they choose to go that route too.
All right. So what do you see as maybe the biggest mistake that people make when they enter this industry?
Yeah, I think the most common one I see as I interact in Facebook groups is and with clients, as they get too emotional with the property. Sometimes the emotion mixes in because it is maybe their vacation home or their second home. And so rather than kind of operating it like a business and understanding that sometimes damage happens or costs come up, and that's part of the operating expenses of the business, owners will get emotional about an issue with a guest or something, and it can really make the experience negative for them when it doesn't need to be.
Very good. And what about any missed opportunities that you're seeing right now?
Yeah, I wrote a note on that. I think one of the I a lot of my clients be younger because they're more familiar with Airbnb, and they're wanting to maybe break away from their career and generate some side income. And I think a real missed opportunity is high net worth and high income folks not recognizing the tax benefits through things like cost segregation studies and bonus depreciation that can actually offset pretty much any cash outlay that they might put into the property up front. And if they did nothing else, if they didn't if they broke even on the property and just got to enjoy it and offset some of their high income through savings, a huge missed opportunity for especially older folks that are maybe more established, have savings, want to diversify, and they're just scared of jumping in. It's a real missed opportunity to take advantage of those tax savings.
Great. Well, since you're an expert in this industry, can you give us maybe one more insider secret or tip that you think would be helpful for us to know?
Yeah, one thing I think people don't realize is how much software and tools are available. This vacation rental industry has been around for decades. If you've gone to any of the legacy vacation markets, you might have stayed at a vacation rental managed by a local company. But over the last decade or two, with the advent of Airbnb and other software, you can automate so many things like guest messaging. You can set up smart locks so that guests can show up to your property, stay, and never interact with you, and have an amazing experience and leave you 5 stars and just have a wonderful experience. And you could do almost nothing. There's so many other details that you do kind of have to add that personalization, and there's a lot that goes into being a top performer, so to speak. But a lot of the heavy lifting has been taken care of and addressed by software, and it's an industry that's continuing to evolve and become more accessible to the average person.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for this information. If someone was interested in getting more information about getting into the vacation rental industry, where would you point them?
Yeah, there's all sorts of books and podcasts. If you search short-term rentals on your podcast app or vacation rentals online, you'll probably stumble upon some great YouTube channels and podcasts and social media accounts and all sorts of stuff like that. I talk about it all the time. Pretty much every day I'm posting something for existing or aspiring short-term rental investors, and that primarily is on Instagram. At Cushman Homes is my handle there. And then I'm also happy to be a resource for people, and I'm happy to provide my phone number as well for texts and calls to help people if they're interested in getting into it.
All right. So if someone wants to reach you, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Yeah, either message me on Instagram. Again, that's Cushman Homes, Cushman Homes. That's my handle on Instagram, or a text or a call 678-360-1583.
Well, thank you, Connor. It's very interesting learning about this industry. Unlike you, love the benefits that come with real estate. Oftentimes appreciation, the tax benefits, plus nice cash flow. So thank you for taking the time to share with us. We really appreciate your efforts.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate the time.